Hi, hello everyone. In this video, I would like to show you, introduce you to Service Portal. So first, I would like to show you how to access Service Portal. For doing that, in order to do that, you have to copy your URL of your instance, and then you copy in your browser, and you put SP in the end, which stands for Service Portal. And this is the default URL which gets you to the page. So now we are in the service portal of ServiceNow. We have different information here, but what is it exactly? Why we need a service portal? So in order to answer this question, we need to look this service portal not as a website just displaying some information. We have to be like much more, we have to view this in much more broader way. So this is like an answer for your business requirements. Let's say you are running an IT businesses, or I don't know, you're having a shop and you selling some products. In that case, what you need a page where you can display all sort of different products available in your shop, and you can sell it. So okay, in order to do that, you can have, for example, here request something, which is going to land to a page. This is like a service catalog. You have all sort of items available that people can come here, consult the product and see their features, and then as well order and make a request to order something. This is one of the examples. So this is going to be an answer for your business requirements. That is the main thing where I want to focus. So let's say in a different way, it's not just for creating a service catalog, or you can actually have a knowledge base here. For example, the knowledge base is useful, for example, if you are having an IT businesses and if you're providing IT support, and if your user is having some issues with I don't know, technical issues, and instead of coming to you directly, they can first consult the knowledge base to see what kind of answer they can get before submitting a request. So let's say they are having issue with email. So I click on knowledge base, and I going to the section email, and I have here different information about email. So creating an email signature, import address book from CSV file, delete email recovery. So this kind of thing, they don't need actually to come to you and then say, hey, how I can do that, but instead they can consult this information here and then start to do on their own before even reaching you. So it's going to be an effective way to communicate information, key information, and that thing is going to save a lot of time for you. Instead of having this request in your queue, you have this information already available for your user. So that's the point of having a service portal. So that's why I'm saying it's not just a website, it's more than a website. And you have also other things like get help, which is like directly getting contacting you because they don't know how to search here, for example, and then they come directly ask for your help. And you have a community, they can ask for questions. So these are examples that I'm just mentioning because they are here, but you can use much more different things. You can display reports, you can display performance analytics, you can display tables with tickets like you have here, my open incidents. So it's not just meant for some for clients or users. It can be also for a person who is working in your organization. So for example, you can create a kind of dashboard here and put all the reports, like you can put the performance analytics overall year, you can put the reports of the month, you can put all the open incidents, you can put a filter on that by saying, hey, these are going to be breached in a certain time. This is like 70% of time you spend on that, just take care on that on priority. So that information, key information, you can display on the page. Or you can, as well as you can see here, there is an announcement. If there is some news going on, and then you have to inform everyone, they can see it here. So it is totally a different way of approach. It's like you actually building a page which is answering a question in your management. So it's not just an answer for clients, it's all sort of business stakeholders. users, beta users, super users, I don't know, big clients, managers, all the big leaders, CPO or CTO, whatever, and they can come and consult information. So you can customize the page. And first, what you need to know is to have in your mind what information you would like to display, what is the purpose of that, and I don't know, if you are running a totally something related to process oriented business, so in that case you can create a page which is showing all the processes here, and you can create like one dashboard, multiple tabs which display all the processes, and then which can trigger incident, for example, depending on the process you have. That's just an idea. So it's not what I want to say is not just a page, it's much more than that. So that's a summary of service portal, and after that, now we're going to look at how to create one like this one, and what are the things we need to know to create that. So just bear with me, it's not very complicated. You don't need to know HTML, CSS or JavaScript or AngularJS, which are the technology used in this for the creation of the portal, but you need to know what these things are doing and how these things is actually helping us to create this page. So I just prepared another slide, I don't know, this page, to explain clearly how this thing works. The first thing is that we have summarized what is service portal. So it's an answer to your business requirements and an access for key information for all type of users. Now how we can make one. So we have two things. The first thing is service portal configuration. So that page is actually a tool where you can create your portal, where you can create your pages, where you can edit your widgets, you can brand your page, you can design your page. So those are different tools available in a page in order to create your page. So purely technical. And then you have the ServiceNow platform. The ServiceNow platform have built-in pages, have built-in themes, have built-in header menus, have built-in widgets. If you want to know how they look like, you just need to go to your I know, I'm going to show you now. You go to your ServiceNow Service Management, and here you actually type Service Portal, and you can see here you have theme, you have pages, you have widgets, you have menus, you have header footers, and you can access directly from here to your service portal home. You can access to your service portal configuration where you can create the page. So all these things are available here, and let's get back to this to this image. So here I have the ServiceNow platform. These are pre-built in, and the technologies that we have talked before, like not really technologies, those are markup languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Angular. Markup languages, it's HTML and CSS, and JavaScript and AngularJS. There are languages which is going to be either on client-side script or server-side script. You don't need to know actually how to write them at this point. What you need to know is to understand what these things are doing. So HTML, CSS is going to design your page, give some kind of look, and the other one is they are like control the behavior of your page. And like, for example, widgets like incidents, they are querying the tables in order to get your open incident. So in order to do that, you have to use some kind of server-side script which is going to actually take that data and then display to you. So you cannot do with your HTML, CSS. That's why we need to do other type of scripting languages in order to do that. So what is important to know is you can actually come up to that result, which is this one, very quickly, and you don't need actually to know. If you understand what I said just now, it's far enough to create this page. And then you can go much more further if you want to customize your page the way you want, and because it's going to help you more. It's going to be more attractive, it's going to be more engaging for the people. And that's the second part, like how to, so that for that you need to know how to code in HTML, how to write HTML, CSS, how to write JavaScript and Angular JS, you know, how to customize your widgets and then put that widgets, use that widgets. So let's begin now to create a service portal page. So as I said before, I'm going to my service portal configuration in order to create one. So here I have different elements, and the first thing is to create our portal page. And before doing that, as I created before my page, I'm gonna delete the one I created. So I'm going to service portal, and I'm going to the portal because I was doing the exercise which is in the training, so which is called portal mem. I'm gonna delete it. Yes, the thing is, I would like to show you, I forgot to show you what is the result we are waiting. This is the page we are going to create, not the one I show you, but this is the one we are going to create. So we are going to put we are happy to see you here, a background image, some icons, the clock, the open incidents, popular questions, organization charts, approvals, and have another menu here and a logo. This is the result we are expecting. This is the result we are going to have in the end of the video. So I deleted the page, so now I can create a new one. So I'm gonna click on new portal, and I'm gonna give a title here. The title is going to be portal mem, and the URL is going to be PM, and the home page is going to be index. Let me just complete every information, and I will explain you why we are using this kind of information for each field. So KB view 2, there is nothing. 404 SC home, main menu is gonna have this error menu, and the theme is gonna be this one. And logo I have already there, and this one. Okay, let me explain you what we have here. So as you can see here, this is a form where you are completing here some string values, as well we are choosing some other type of values. Okay, the first thing is creating a record. So it's going to create a record. As you saw before, I deleted a record from portal modules in service management under service portal application. Here I am actually completing several information in order to create my service portal page. So first thing is the title, second thing is the URL suffix, which is going to be after my instance URL. I'm going to put this letters PM. If you remember, in order to open my default browser, default service portal, I typed the URL and then I put SP. Now I'm choosing a different letter, PM, which is portal mem, which is going to be the default URL for opening portal mem, so service portal, this which has the name portal mem. And then here we have different section: homepage, page, homepage, menu, theme. So all you need to understand, those are pre-built pages as we discussed before. So we have our index page built, we have our 404 page built, we have our home page for catalog pre-built, we have our main menu widgets pre-built, and as well the theme pre-built. And same goes for home page, which is KB view 2. You don't need to actually choose KB view 2, you can choose a different one. Why I'm choosing this? It's simply because I'm going through the training I have, exercise I'm going through in order to get to this result. Otherwise I will not get this result. and we have two information like logo and icon. The difference is the logo is going to be replaced here and the icon is going to be replaced at this part, and that's all you need to know at this point. So the only information I couldn't find here is the login page, because whatever the information I'm choosing here is not making any difference. And the same point when I am choosing here social QA, this is not like it's written knowledge base, but I didn't find this page, or I don't know what is it exactly, but just I will figure out that thing later. But so far all you need to do is to complete this information. If you want to find where you can have this information, all you need to do is to go to the exercise, which is under service portal in your developer service now and the training, and you go to service portal and then you click on create a portal. So we have here, for example. So now I'm going to save, and I have a message record added. So he created a record for a service portal, and I have now the portal mem page. So if you want to access this page, I'm going to delete all this thing and I'm going to put PM. It's going to open my page. As you can see here, I have my logo here. I have the color is different, and the rest of the information is similar to the page. And what else? So now we have to little bit work on the design in order to come up to this result, because we are going to change a little bit some information. So not to have all these things, not to have subscribe questions or current status or top related articles, what we need is to come to this result. So in order to do that, we're going to create a page. A page is stand apart from the service portal. We're going to link that page after as an index page to this portal. So to do that, you go to again to your service portal configuration. You click on service portal configuration and you click on designer. That's where you create layout pages with drag and drop functionality. Preview pages as you make changes. Okay, so I click here. I'm gonna make sure, because I was creating already an index page for portal mem homepage, so I'm gonna delete that. So okay, I don't want to show. Okay, anyway, I show you. I'm deleting. Shouldn't be there. Okay, great. And I have to make sure that I am the right portal. So I am creating, for example, performance insight, that's for me, and then this is for portal mem for the exercise. So I'm clicking on this one. It shouldn't show me this kind of page. Why it's showing me? Boop. I don't know why I have this. And I'm going to add a new page. It's going to be have a name portal. Okay, what I'm doing, portal mem homepage. Okay, and this is too long. I'm going to be PM. I'm gonna type space, is going to automatically put this thing. Okay, so now I have my page. This is where you're gonna actually design, structure, create the page in order to come to this result. So we have different information. First is you have here all the widgets available that you're going to use in each part of your page. And then we have here layouts, it's called containers. You have these numbers 12, 6, 6, 3, 9. In the beginning it can be like, what is exactly why there is number 12? What does that mean? So in order to understand that, you have to understand what is Bootstrap framework. Bootstrap framework is basically defining your pages by dividing into boxes, and the maximum length of your the width can you have is 12 separate boxes. If you can imagine this in this way. So we actually use this framework in order to write, for example, an HTML code, and then you can divide your page the way you want. So you can divide each part of your section in certain you can divide. In fact, you can have like the 12, and if you want to divide into two different parts, you can make it together 6 boxes in one, and then 6 boxes in one section. So that's why we have 12 as a number, because it's the maximum length, maximum number of the boxes, we can say in this way. And from that point, you can like divide every section based on how we want to display information. If you want to separate information by 2 different sections, you will use this container. If you want to use by 3 different sections, you're going to use this container. If you want to put only one information, you're going to put this container. If you want to put 2 different information, but the first part is going to be smaller than the second one, you're going to use this one, so on. So, and this is responsive, which means like you can actually if you make smaller this page, it's gonna actually adapt to the screen size. If you are looking at in your mobile, if you are looking at from your desktop or a tablet. So let me show you an example. I'm gonna take my personal website which I created when I was like, I don't know, 20, and as you can see here, this is I made with the Bootstrap framework. And you can actually, when I going to make it smaller, you can see it's changing the view. So you don't have the same thing when it's bigger, and you don't have the same thing when it's smaller. So it's adapting to the screen size. That's why I call it responsive. So that's just something I want to show you. Now we're going to create the page. The first thing, we're going to add the container, so this one. And what is our widget? This is going to be our home page widget, search, and we are going to add a background image. So in order to put the background image, I click on this part and the edit section here, and upload an image for the background. So I click here, I have already downloaded, so I have it here, and it's going to cover the whole page, background style cover, which is going to take the entire width of the page. I save it, it should show me the page. So it's coming. And the second thing, we have to put a message here, we are happy to see you here. So I click on that part. So if you notice, there is another edit button which is different from this one. So if you want to modify the background of the container, you have to click here and then click out this point. If you want to add information for the widget itself, you have to go on the widget here and click on edit here. So here I'm going to give a title, which is we are happy to see you here. So it's done. We have our first part of the page created. So I'm going to preview that. Okay, perfect, we have that. Now I'm going to add the second part of the section, which will contain 3 different icons, which will have 3 different goals, functions. In order to do that, I click again on the container, and I click on the plus button here, which is going to add another container, and we are going to add a row which will be have 3 different equal section. Okay, so now I have 3 different equal section, and here the first one is going to be, it's an icon link. So I know by heart because I was doing like multiple times. So I put icon link here, icon link, and icon link. So I have to be very careful when you're dragging and when you drag and drop, it can like mess very quickly. So you have to wait like there is this kind of gray zone, to make sure that you're putting on the right section. And now we are going to create our first icon link, which is order something. So it's going to be a page, and it's going to be a service catalog home page. I guess, and is going to have a title, order something, and a short description is going to be browse the catalog for services item available to you. So I'm just going back to the course so I can copy paste directly. Okay, so I have it here. And I'll put it here up. So this bootstrap color default. We will come back later why we have it's called color, and we don't have colors here. We have primary, success, info, danger. So bootstrap, they develop a sort of buttons where you can, like, if it is primary, it's going to be a certain color. If it is danger, it's going to be by default a certain color. So if you like, danger is more often red, warning is more often yellow, and this success is more often green, and this kind of thing. So here we're going to keep it as default because I don't have any other option here. And it's going to be the icon that I'm going to use is a $, and the template is going to be top icon, which is going to give this layout. Okay, so I have everything ready. Order something, and great, I'm gonna save it. It's going to create one. Okay, great, it's there. I'm going to the second part, which is creating knowledge base, and specifically looking for answers to a question about corporate processes and policies. So we are going to actually look specifically at policies. So it's a category. So it's going to be knowledge base category. And in the knowledge base category, we have different categories. I'm going to choose the policies. That's what we want to see. And here the page is going to be category. Okay, so I have it there. The title is knowledge base, short description, and I just copy paste. This is going to be primary, and the icon is going to be an eye icon as you are looking for something, and it's going to be a color box. That's the template which is going to entirely color the whole widget. So I'm going to save it. Great, I have this thing created. So I'm gonna check back if everything is correct. Okay, so I have it here. Now as you can see here, the color is blue. And now here the third one is get help. In this part, we are actually helping the users if they want to have some support, if they want to know they need some help, they would like to ask questions, like contact the support team for assistance with technical questions. So that's going to be the icon that we're gonna create, and when they click on that icon, it's going to land to a page where they can request something. So in order to do that, so I go here, and it's going to be a catalog category. That's how it's pre-built in, and we have a category which is called can we help you, and here we can put SC category. So I would like to make sure if that is correct. Yes, And then there is a challenge. The challenge is complete what the rest of the information is quite simple. They want to know what title, what is the short description we have to put, and the icon. So for that, title is very quite simple, is get help, and short description is contact the support team for assistance with technical questions. Okay, and this is going to be danger. It's going to display red colors, that's why I'm choosing danger. And the icon is going to be, where is that icon? This one. Okay, and the template is going to be circle icon, because as you can see here, the icon is, there is a circle and the icon is inside a circle. I'm gonna save it. Okay, I have my second part of the page ready, so I'm gonna preview it. So as you can see here, I have different elements. So if I click on get help, it should open me a page where the user can actually look for information like how to create an incident, how to change passwords, so how we can help the person. So another one. So if I click on knowledge base, it's going to direct me directly to policies. So I have only one here: all copyrighted files illegal to have on my computer. So that's kind of policy they can like get the information. And here, if they want to order something, so I click on order. As you can see, it's landing me to the page of service catalog homepage, and you have like all the item available with their description. And I go back, and I missed one thing. If you have noticed, I have my background which is like kind of gray, and it's a covered with the full width of the page. So in order to do that, all you need to do is in the beginning, so you have to define the parent class. You have to put this information. For now, we are going to do that. In order to have this result, we can like look why this result we are having later. So up, so I don't have the edit button. Okay, I have it now, so I'm gonna make sure up. So I put that here. I'm gonna as well copy paste the quick links to order something access this part to the screen reader title. So it's gonna cover as well. Save. So we have it. Okay, great. We are pretty much close to this result. Now we have to add the open incidents and the clock and several other widgets. So the first, we are going to add another row. So in order to do that, I just click here, plus I'm going here, I'm going to have this kind of section. So the first one is going to be small, and this last one is going to be a bit small, but in the middle one is going to be much more bigger. So that's why I'm choosing this section. And here I'm going to choose what we call simple list. So put simple list, and here, you know what I'm going to put is a cool clock. It's not that much cool, but I'm going to put that. And here we are going to have two different information. The first is popular questions, and the second is organization chart. Okay, I have it here. And great. So now here, this is going to be very specific. We are going to actually query a table, and that that table is have to retrieve some open incidents just for me and display here. So the widget is just is going to show a list, but is not going to make the query. We have to configure that. We have to put that information in the when you are going to configure the widget. So first thing what we need to do is get back to our ServiceNow service management, and I go to my incident and I click on open incidents, and I'm going to filter, I'm going to add a filter. So and updated, okay, it's updated by, and it's going to be okay, it's not updated by, it's updated no, sorry, it's open. What I'm telling, it's opened probably opened by yes, open by is dynamic me, which is going to run a filter and give me only the incidents opened by the system administrator, which is me. So I'm gonna run it. So I have all the incidents here, around 32, and I'm going to copy what we call the query. So I right click on this part and I have copy query. So that's going to be some kind of code lines which I have to put in the configuration of my widget. So when I'm configuring the widget, I'm going to just copy paste. So I'm copying the query here. I'm getting back to the page designer, and I click on this part, the edit. Okay, so it's taking some time. Okay, so it's not coming again. Okay, so why? Okay, so I'm having some issues with to open. Okay, I'm gonna delete that, put that again, simple list up. I'm having great. So sometimes it's like taking too much time in order to display some information. I don't know why, but okay, it's not showing for anything. Okay, is it showing for this? No. So I'm going to access the page once more. Click on that. Okay, great. I have it now. This is where we have to put our query. I pasted the query, which is like active true, open by, dynamic, and some sort of numbers, which is going to actually take the data, display the data in our widget simple list. The rest of the information is going to be just naming the fields, the templates, how it should look like, and what is the table we are going to query. So it's going to be our incident table. You can notice here we have only choices of selecting table. That's a simple list widget. So what information we would like to display at first? Short description. So that's going to be first, which is this one, count load 64-bit. So the short description. What secondary fields we would like to show? We want to show the number of the ticket, and we want to show when it was updated. So updated on that thing. And behavior. Once I click on the short description, which is here in the image, where it should be, what is the next page, where it should land. So it should land on the ticket level, because you have options. I don't know why you have options for approvals, index, details, KBs. I don't know why. If you have a list of incidents, if you click on that, it should naturally go to that page, to the incidents. But you have to somehow mention here it should go to the ticket level, because I choose here like I don't know, user, I think user profile, and it went for user profile, so which doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna put ticket and click show even when empty. So even when it's empty, it's gonna show our ticket. And what is the icon? It's going to be in the list view. So I'm going to select one of them. Okay, I'm going to choose this one. And maximum entries, I'm going to keep it for 5. The rest of the information I don't need to touch. I'm going to save it. Okay, it's again taking some time. As you can see here, boom, we have all our open incidents available. And here we don't have the organization chart. Okay, great. So now we are pretty much close to the result. What is missing is this part and the approval, and apart from that we got it. So I'm gonna put here the title. So I get back to the training course, and I have it here, the title and the color for our cool clock. Done. So let's preview that. Great, this is our page, what we wanted to see. And we have our open incidents, we have our clock, we have our popular question, we have our organization chart. What is useful for, you can type any person's name here in your organization. For example, we have Abel, I don't know, Benjamin, and I can see Benjamin information is from London. So same way goes for any person. So I can type Bart and I can see his information. So that is kind of useful when you are looking for some information for someone. And there is another one, which is the last one, which is having the widget approval. And what is it for? If you have any approval in your queue, or for, I don't know, if you have any incidents to approve, if you have any tickets, if you have any problem ticketing to approve, I'm just giving example, it's going to show at this point. So let's do that. So I click again, edit, and here I'm gonna add the approval widget. Okay. Okay. Now we have, and I'm going to choose the checkbox icon, because it's I'm just doing as per the training. And here I'm going to choose button stacked side by side is going to be on the side, and this is going to be default. Save it. I have no approvals, that's why there is nothing. But if you want to see an approval, for example, I can show you an example. And we have what we call, like, I can impersonate the user. I can pretend to be Fred Ludy, who is actually the founder of ServiceNow, and he's going to be the manager who's going to have some approval, for example. And then I click on Fred Ludy. So this is service management page, or the ServiceNow service management page for Fred Ludy. And if I go back to the designer, and if I preview, I should have something, because as you can see here, it has no incidents open, but it has one change request to be approved. And I click on that. Let's copy, check that if that is true. So it's going to be a change incident. I'm gonna click on all, and I'm gonna look for that. So it's this one. I click on that. It's created by requested by David Liu, and if I go back here, I should have this information, requested David Liu. And here, if I come back and approvers, and you can see here it's requested to Fred Liddy. So now I'm going just to show you an example when you have this, when you have something in that section. If you have something to approve, you're gonna get it. That's it. So the last thing here we didn't yet do is to have this colors, which is like around gray. So how we can change this color? So we're gonna use once more. So let me just impersonate to myself, to the system administrator. So I will have the previous page. Great, I have no approvals. There is some kind of problem. What the hell is this? Okay, so I got like some other, the page was double. I was like, what is this? Okay, and okay, fine. We have our page ready, and I'm going to show here, so no problem. Now we have to change these colors. That's the objective. So in order to do that, I have to go back to Service Portal, and I click on Service Portal configuration. I'm going to click on Branding Editor, and I'm going to choose Portal Mem. Is already chosen by default, so it's there. And okay, we forgot to do one thing, which is making the entire page as the index page of the Service Portal. That's why we don't have in our branding page the exact information. Like we have the Service Portal page, but not the page that we are creating, even though the name is Portal Mem. So in order to do that, we go back to our page designer, we click on Portal, and instead of having index, we're going to choose PM index. Great. I'm going to save it. So now actually it should change. So I'm going to choose that. Okay, as you can see here, we have our page, and now our page is the index page of the Service Portal, Portal Mem. And our objective was to change a little bit the colors, which is for the knowledge base and or something. And if you remember, when I was editing in the page designer, and we call it bootstrap color default, or bootstrap here primary, and that's where we are going to use the branding editor in order to change the color. So I go here, I go for, so you can change for the nav bar, you can change for the logo, page background. We have primary, success, all the different colors which is assigned by default. As you can see here, danger is quite red, and then warning is yellow, and so on. Here I'm going to choose a different color to see what kind of change I'm going to have. So I'm getting back to the training, I should have one thing called branding, and where I have where they are giving me okay, I don't have it here. This is branding, theme color. So I don't have the exercise change portal, primary. Yes, the color is there. Up. Now go here, pick that color, and so it's going to change a little bit. As you can see here, the color for the knowledge base is changed as well here. So that's how we can change for the entire widgets. If you want to play with some colors, if you want to play with the colors with the error menu, that's just some additional page if you are interested to make the page more attractive, more engaging, this kind of thing. So for now we have our result. That's what we wanted, and this is the page we are creating. This is the page we wanted, and we have done that page. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and have a good one. Bye.